Hello there, Internet. It's MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. And today we're going to play some Orzhov Control. You heard me right. Orzhov Control. It actually exists, and it's pretty damn good, apparently. I've actually liked this list quite a bit, and it's working out quite well for me. Basically, Orzhov Control is a deck list built by, I forgot his name. Let me actually, look into it. Bad at Handles. Mr. Bad at Handles from the Spikes subreddit. I will leave the link to said Reddit post in the description down below, so you can check out his, analysis on the deck list and everything. He basically reached mythic rank with this list, and I found it very interesting, so I decided to try it out myself, and I had quite a bit of fun with it. It's basically a control deck list without blue. It's like Esper without the blue, and it's got some really cool card choices. First of all, why would you ever play Orzhov Control over something like Esper Control? And the answer is these two cards right here. One of the cool things that has happened with War of the Spark is that we've gotten some very strong neutral lands that encourage dual color combinations again, because with the introduction of so many shock lands and the ability to consistently play tricolor decks nowadays, going decks like Demir, Orzhov, Gruul to some extent are less of a thing, because if you're gonna go dual, you either see like monocolor decks or just tricolor decks a lot of the time, right? But with neutral lands like this, you have a reasoning to get this sort of strategy going. Blast Zone is a very powerful land that a lot of decks are running. This is one of the reasons why Simic Nexus is so powerful right now, is because they have incorporated something like Blast Zone, and it's just a very consistent deck overall. Blast Zone is a very good way to deal with whatever you want to deal with. Planeswalkers, enchantments, creatures. It's a very flexible, very powerful land that is seeing more and more play. And we're also playing Mobilized District, which is incredibly good versus control matchups. I actually got destroyed by this card one day when I was playing Esper Control myself, because it just kind of keeps coming at you every turn, and as Esper, you can't really deal with the land properly, right? Like you can't Kaya's Wrath this thing away, so it just keeps coming, and it gives you an endless resource of damage to capitalize on your opponent in a dragged out game, right? So these two lands are basically the reason why we opting to go Orzhov instead of Esper. We have Fountain of Renewal plus Dawn of Hope as the early game engine that gets stronger as the game goes on, as Fountain Renewal will proc Dawn of Hope and enable you to draw cards, and therefore enabling us to draw a lot of cards despite not running blue. We have Cast Down alongside the Spark and 4 copies of Mortify, and a 1-off of Prison Realm and 2 Rasa's Contempt as our sources of single target removal, alongside triple Kaya's Wrath for a board clear. We are running triple Dreadhorde Invasion, which is really good in the control matchup, as it enables you to, it's kind of like a Mobilized District in a way, right? It gives you a source of damage output that just keeps coming back and back again, and doesn't really care too much about your opponent's creature removal, right? Then we have Toll of the Invasion, which is perhaps one of the cards that has impressed me the most. It's kind of like the substitute for Thought Erasure in this deck. It's a 3-mana Thought Erasure instead of 2 that amasses 1. And the amass 1 effect onto this card really goes a long way, especially versus aggro matchups. You can play this against mono red, go for the 3-mana discard, and get a 1/1 blocker that can prevent a lot of damage and trade into a lot of things. And obviously this card also synergizes with Dreadhorde Invasion, as it's another amass effect, right? But really cool card that definitely has put a lot of work with this build. 2 copies of Davriel, Rogue Shadow Mage as our 3-mana Planeswalker, very powerful in control matchups, as we can get him early on the board and potentially discard up to 3 cards from our opponent's hand. And then we have a couple of Karn Sign of Urza here to enable us to get more card draw potential, alongside Liliana, Dreadhorde General, which is the late game bomb and potential win condition of this deck. And you see 1 copy of Eldritch Reborn, and more importantly 1 copy of Divine Visitation, because there's actually a lot of synergy going on with this. We have Amass, so if we go for the Amass with Divine Visitation, we're going to get a 4/4 White Angel with Flying and Vigilance instead of a zombie, which is pretty damn cool. So that means our Toll of the Invasion becomes a 3 mana, choose a card in our opponent's hand and discard it, and then get a 4/4 Flying Angel. I don't know, that's hilarious if you ask me. On top of that, it also makes it so that Liliana's +1 is even more powerful, and it's just a really cool card to have as a one-off in the deck list. I really like it, and it comes into play more often than not. And that is basically the main deck right there. When it comes to the sideboard, we have 4 Duresses, 3 Moment of Cravings, 2 Cry of the Carnariums, 1 extra Davriel Rogue, the Shadow Mage, 1 Profane Procession, and 4 Basilica Bellhaunts. We are going to be featuring best of 3 gameplay today, because that is what I want to focus on, even though I will be mixing some best of 1 here and there. But for the most part in this channel, you can expect best of 3 games, because that is what, you know, Magic is all about, in my opinion, and the opinion of many. So, like I was saying, this sideboard is really interesting. It gives us extra discard tools for the control matchups, where we have an insane amount of anti-aggro, you know, resources here. We have triple Moment of Craving alongside 4 Basilica Bellhaunts. This is nutty, especially against the likes of Mono Red, despite the fact that today's gameplay against Mono Red was, you'll see, it was a tough one. But this is definitely a deck that has a very advantageous matchup against Mono Red aggro. Because of the lineup that we have here. An extra Davriel for control matchups, 2 Cry of the Carnarium, which comes into play into a lot of aggro matchups, but also potentially certain storm tactics as well. And the Profane Procession can be really good against mid-range decks, and also potentially against mono blue tempo as well, because once we get this on the board, we have an endless resource for removal. Well, not endless, we technically are limited to 3 cards, or 3 targets. Before it flips over, but it gives us a resource to deal with their threats without having to worry about getting counterspelled. Only the likes of Dive Down can save their units from this, which is very, very key. And that is the deck list right there. Very fun deck, very, you know, quite fresh, unique, and really cool to see, you know, dual color decks like this compete against the big boy tricolor ones. And hopefully we see more strategies like these rise up. I'll be dwelling into dual color strategies myself, even though I'm kind of in a craze with Timur Reclamation right now myself. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Soul Day. Hope you enjoy the games. Leave a like if you want, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. Orzhov control time, ladies and gentlemen. I never thought I would be saying Orzhov control in a video. But it's just one of those things, man. It's really cool how these neutral lands, such as, you know, Blast Zone and Mobilized District, have changed the game a little bit. They encourage you to play dual color sorts of decks again, because, you know, we all know that with Ravnica Allegiance and the introduction of, like, so many shock lands available to us, getting a tricolor deck going on consistently is really easy at this point. So, you know, War of the Spark introducing powerful lands like this that encourage you to play dual colors. It's pretty cool. It definitely spices things up, and it mixes up, you know, deck building and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna keep this in. It's not the quickest, but we do have double Kaya's Wrath in case we're facing an aggressive opponent, which it seems we are. We're gonna hold on to Mobilized District for later because we want to potentially be able to curve out into Kaya's Wrath. So we need to prioritize colorful rainbow sorts of mana. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. We're gonna drop this. A Runaway Steamkin early on is definitely a spooky thing. 2 is even spookier. So hopefully we can make it to turn 4 without taking 1 billion damage. I mean, Toll of the Invasion can help us stall out a little bit. I could go for the cast down, but I plan on board wiping him anyway, so I may as well do this, discard that, and gain myself a blocker. With this, I can prevent a lot of damage, and oh my god, this Kaya's Wrath is a thing of beauty! We're gonna block the Runaway Steamkin here. Toll of the Invasion already making me very happy. Like, the fact that it has tempo incorporated onto it by itself, that's really... That was so good. Like, I prevented 4 damage there and got rid of that. Out of my face, Steamkin. Be gone! I'm gonna take the hit. Because he is quite literally top decking at this point. And we do have, we have options. I could start attacking him. The problem is if he draws into... I'm gonna do this. Oh, wait. It has haste. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, there's Liliana. Yeah, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Alright, I'm gonna go for the cast down. I want to have a clean board state. I should have gone for the Kaya's Wrath and then enabled the cast down. I'm already making mistakes here. I would love to see a Fountain of Renewal.
I am the master here. Smelly, but effective.
I really would like to see a Fountain of Renewal here. It would really suck to go down like this. I need to draw.
Get out of my way! Learn much from your death. This isn't your average zombie horde. What a good, mindless
He's
minion.
just gonna top deck his way out of this. I mean, not for now. I need that Fountain of Renewal. Like now.
This looks like a fun new toy.
I mean, we're pretty much gonna die at any point here. Yeah. That sucks. That sucks. We have 4 Fountain of Renewals, and it would have been nice to get one of them. Especially considering how well that went. But I mean, we do have a sick sideboard against this. Like we got the absolute anti mono red lineup here. So while I'm happy with how that first game showed the likes of, god damn, I got such a good Kaya's Wrath on him too. But I had to take that 4 damage because otherwise he just refueled. That risk factor was a bit too much for us. We're gonna take out the Dreadhorde Invasion. We can't really afford to be taking damage from that. We are going to be taking out the Spark as well. It's good against the Experimental Frenzy, but we have 4 Mortifies already for that. Total of the Invasion is pretty decent. Davriel is and is not gonna cut it. We're gonna take out 1 Karn and potentially 1 Liliana. Yeah, I like this lineup. 4 Basilica Bellhaunts will definitely enhance our odds, and we can bring it back here. We are on the play, and we're gonna keep. This hand is a little bit mana hungry, but we have double Moment of Craving. Discard, like we got all the tools. We just need to, not get severely mana screwed throughout this game, right? Alright, easiest Moment of Craving of my life. There we go. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Alright, let's slap in the full control. Because if you don't do it, it'll immediately rush to the battle phase. And thus, they will get their free token. I will take away Tibalt here. Because Tibalt can actually be a big nuisance for us. Light up the stage. Mountain into another one of those. Alright. Secure the critics. Let's take away the risk factor. I really hope I can find. Oh my god, man, that's actually pretty disgusting. The fact that we can't play Kaya's Wrath. That's a problem. We're taking too much damage here. We should have been able to clear this board. 4 down to 10. It's too much. It's too much. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Dude, where are my Fountain of Renewals? Is what I would like to ask.
Until someone gets hurt. My friend is here to help your pain.
This Eldest Reborn doesn't do anything for us. Oh my god, this is obnoxious. I'm still gonna play it.
My assistants are painfully sloppy.
It is crazy. This is actually crazy. Like, the fact that I am down versus mono red control like this. Okay. Like, this is
I'll
insane.
just go torture someone else.
This is actually insane. This should not be happening. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and still not enough. Alright, we need to attack. We need to put an end to this soon. We have another Mortify in case he gets a haste unit. Like, we have such a lineup that we should... I feel like we shouldn't even be in this position. Like, I don't know. It seems crazy to me. Alright, let's go with Karn.
Until you... A curious choice.
Fortunately, Basilica Bellhaunt saving our ass. Like, no top that can deal 5 damage to me directly. Alright. Game 3. I honestly, like, come on, man. Like, look at my lineup. I should not be in that position. Look at my cards. Like, this should be a good matchup for us. I literally, I was so close to dying there. I don't know. I feel like when I have 4 Basilica Bellhaunts and 4 Fountain of Renewals, 3 Moment of Cravings, Ross's Content. I suffer like crazy that second series. I was like, am I really gonna lose this? Thank God I could take his own Pyromancer and deal with his Tybalt, because otherwise I would have lost. I mean, did he even draw damage? Because he only drew 1 damage after that, right? So technically the 3 health from the Basilica was not... I don't think it mattered, but, you know. Every day of the week it should have mattered. Okay, I see a Basilica Bellhaunt in my hand. I keep this hand. gonna lead out with the Godless Shrine, followed up with the Dawn of Hope. We have the Cry of the Carnarium afterwards, and we need another source of either white or black mana. Another Fanatical Firebrand. We're gonna set up the Dawn of Hope. We could enable the cast down. But this Cry of the Carnarium is absolutely huge. Oh! Now give me that 4th color land. Maybe I'm running too many of these, considering I have cards like this.
You don't look scared. I adore an audience. I was bored anyway.
I gotta get rid of that before he goes for the -2 again. I could go for Toll of the Invasion. But I'd rather preserve my Moment of Craving and cast down here. What do I do here? I'm gonna pay 2 to draw a card here. I'm gonna go for Toll of the Invasion, because this is the key moment to get a discard on him. We get a blocker as well. I'm gonna let him draw instead of taking the damage. Because now I can play Basilica. And I'll gain value with Basilica anyways. And preventing 4 damage is a big deal. We have Moment of Craving as well. I'm gonna do it like that so he can't eliminate Basilica. We're fine. We're just fine.
This devilish. The more, the messier. New tortures are needed.
I auto-tapped in a poor way, but if he has something with haste, it still should not kill me. I just hope he doesn't top deck like a lightning strike here. Oh, thank God. Oh! Oh my God. Because that Tibalt plus a lightning strike, oh my lord. Oh my lord, that would have made me so angry. Alright. We have a total of 3, 6, 7. I'm not gonna... No. I said I wasn't gonna... Whatever. I misclicked. We are gonna do this.
I will fight with you. I'll make use of that later.
I'm gonna play Karn. And I should be completely fine here. Unless he top decks a... Got him, boys! Oh my God, that was stressful as hell. Oh my God, this mono red player just kept getting everything he needed. Jesus. Alright. Oh boy. Okay, we did it, boys. Alright, that's 24 minutes. We can go for another one. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, that was like extra frustrating. I don't know about you, man, but we were on the verge every time, and I honestly do not feel it should have been that close. I think we definitely have the matchup advantage, and that was super tight, man. I made some misclicks and some misplays, but I don't think they were ultimately super relevant. All right, we're gonna keep this. We have the potential Dreadhorde invasion plus Divine Visitation Dream. Though we're facing mono blue tempo, so we have to live before that actually happens. I'm not going to play the Dreadhorde invasion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to conserve this cast down. And now I will be casting down you. Because with Dreadhorde invasion I can always block this. Taking down that which is flying is more important. Alright, down goes another one. Let's test the water, see if he has a counter spell. Yeah. I actually want him to counter that. I don't want that this game. I want to bait out his counter so I can Kaya his Wrath and potentially. I want him to use up his mana. Alright. I am gonna attempt to Kaya's Wrath here. Nah. I gotta be more patient. I know he has a counter spell. Like I'm pretty sure he has a counter spell, so I don't want to play. I gotta really time this Kaya's Wrath properly. All right, maybe he doesn't have a counter spell. We got a 2-for-1 trade there, but we are going low, so we need to do our best to stabilize here. And I think we got just the two. I mean, I could just Divine Visitation here, but I don't want to play around with this. I'm going to get rid of that. Obviously, a Jin would be a problem here. Yeah. But not if we draw into a land, and we can make him sacrifice that.
The undead make great minions. Lawyers reduce the battle to shambles.
Hopefully another Jin doesn't come down. Beautiful. We are gonna get 4/4 angel zombies. I don't think it would be zombies anyways, but goddamn, that feels good. Let's add in 3 Moment of Cravings, 4 dresses, 2 Cry of the Carnariums, and I am looking at the Profane Procession as well. Because if I can get this in, he can't really counter this from that point onward. So I think Profane Procession is also good in this matchup as well. We do not need the Spark at all. That was like the epitome of a dead card. We don't need the Dreadhorde Invasion either. Prism Realm is decent. Davriel is not really where we want to be. And Toll of the Invasion, neither. Liliana is pretty good towards the end. Karn can be removed. Fountain of Renewal can put in some work. Potentially enabling us to stay alive. Okay, so we're taking a lot of cards out, which means we need to add in the Toll of the Invasion again. Liliana was great there to curve out into. I'm not so sure about the Fountain of Renewal versus this. But then again, this gives me an engine to keep on drawing, but I don't think I need... At least I can take out one of you and add one of you. Alright, let's go with this. Alright. The problem with like the 3 mana discard is that it's 3 mana discard, which makes it a little bit awkward, but I'm going to keep this hand because we got Moment of Craving, we got Mortify. We got all them tools. Hopefully we don't see a turn 2 Curious Possession, and if we do, hopefully he doesn't have an answer for our removal. It's very important against mono blue to use up your... I'm not going to go for the rest right now, by the way. It's very important to use up your removal in your opponent's turn. Like, to, you know, go for the instance, because you want them to waste their mana on their turn, so they leave themselves wide open afterwards. I'm going to attempt to go for a Moment of Craving. There's the dive down. There's the hit. And here is my duress. I'm gonna play. I'm actually gonna play a Plains first because I don't want to go down to that. Okay, good to know. So we get rid of the counter spell, and let's see. Those Terramanders are long away from getting thick. We obviously want to preserve. I think, like, I want to get the Fountain of Renewal in there, but I don't think it's of utmost necessity as of right now, because I want to be able to cast down at the end of his turn if he wants to play the Jin, which he's not going to play right now, it seems. This Fountain of Renewal will completely counter this. Ain't nobody got time for that. No, sir. Now I just need me some lands. Alright, one more, baby. Come on, drop down that Jin. You know you want to. You know you want to. You can't help yourself now, can you? End of his turn. Counter. He needs a Spell Pierce here or a dive down. Out of my sight! Come on! Come on, land! Land! Alright. That'll do. At least that's better than nothing. We still have an answer for another Jin. Come on, baby. Come on. Give me that land. Give me that sweet land. Okay. Let's sacrifice this. Let's get our card draw going. Spell. It's fine. Alright, that's the kind of shit I want to see. Beautiful! So beautiful! I cannot believe mono blue is going way smoother than mono red. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Alright. You just draw a counter spell? You did. Okay. I didn't expect him to draw a counter spell immediately, so I just kind of went for it there.
Deception is key.
All right, so we gotta get rid of this because we need to deal with this guy right now. Otherwise, he can actually really get out of hand.
It's just an illusion.
Victory is victory. You happy? All right. Donahopia is going to give us an engine. That's how you do it. Not bad. That was pretty clean. Like, I still, like I said, I still cannot believe Mono Red was such a, like, tight, crazy series. I was getting, like, legit triggered because it's supposed to be one of the best matchups. And, that was rough as hell. And then Mono Blue Tempo, which can be a little bit more tricky. I mean, obviously, like, individual sets are individual sets, and card draw is card draw, and, you know, matchups always play out differently, right? It's a card game, but I don't know. I got triggered by that. But, yeah, pretty successful session today with Orzhov control. I you know, did not showcase off the deck entirely. Like, I feel like there's... Well, actually, I showed most of it, really. Dreadhorde Invasion, put in some work. I didn't get to show Davriel, but I did show Toll of the Invasion quite a bit. This card really impressed me. Like, the fact that it gave me a unit, the fact that it's like a Thought Erasure with a little bit of tempo added onto it, and it goes a long way. Obviously, Thought Erasure is Thought Erasure, but this is not that much worse. Like, this card definitely surprised me in a good way. So, congratulations, Toll of the Invasion. You deserved, or you earned, the thumbnail slot. And overall, fun list. And I'll be going into it more. Thank you guys for watching. Have a solid day. Leave a like for Orzhov. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.